Well, hello again. It's been a while since I've done an updates video, actually. I probably don't have that much to talk about, to be honest. I mean, the updates for July aren't going to be anything spectacular. I mean, I'm still going to be working on all the Let's Plays I've been working on currently. I don't think any of them will be done in July. I do have all the parts recorded for Dungeon Dice Monsters at this point, so thankfully I don't have to play it anymore. I don't have to spend any more time invested in it, outside of uploading the parts, obviously, but those will be uploaded on the same weekly schedule basis. So that means they'll probably be uploading that series until next couple months, actually, since I think it ends on like part 40 or something. Let me pull up my files real quick. Let's see. Documents, Camtasia Studio. Let's see. Went past it. Part 36. I'm sorry. We've only got up to part 22 uploaded, right? Yeah. So we still gotta get parts 23 to 36 up, and I'll still be uploading them on a two-part basis. Only all the remaining parts are put together in this one long video. So there will be less videos uploaded, thankfully. Just the same amount of material will be uploaded. So hopefully that series will be finished in what, 2 or 3 more months, maybe. The uploading stuff. Let's see, you have to get 4, 5, 6, 7 more parts up, so that's 7 more weeks, roughly. I guess I should technically count it as 6 more weeks plus a couple days. But yeah. Infinite Space, I'm not sure how close that one is to be finished, to be honest. We are through the bulk of Chapter 6 at this point, or at least halfway through it, if not the bulk of the way through it, and the remaining chapters are usually a bit shorter, because the ending was a bit rushed in my opinion, so those parts shouldn't be as long, hopefully, or at least not as many parts as Chapter 6 is turning out to be. So hopefully that'll be done in a couple more months as well, and I'll be able to move on to some other game. Though I'm not sure what game I'll move on to, honestly. I've been tossing around the Shaman King game, and I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. I thought about going back and doing a Let's Play again for Uzumaki Chronicles 2, because my brother and I did it one time. But I used his name several times throughout the video and decided not to upload it on those grounds. I don't know if anyone would particularly care. I know my brother wouldn't, but I don't think we did that great on commentary anyway. So it might be worth revisiting to see if I can get him involved in it again. I don't know if he'd take me up on it though, considering it was a long 7 hours for him. I'd have to regrind all the characters out and level like all of them up so he could actually fight effectively, and the camera angle issues were a bit annoying with that game because the second player controls the camera, which might be a bit standard, but it still bugged me because it doesn't split screen. It has you share one screen, which can be a bit annoying when you get to like the parts that involve jumping and stuff. Or it might be. He pretty much stopped playing at that point because I only had one good character, so other Let's Plays are we working on? Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings. I haven't really gotten ahead on that one. I don't even have the next part recorded. It's gonna be up tomorrow sometime. I'm not sure when it'll be up, to be honest. I mean, I didn't get this part of it, the last part of Infinite Space up until like 8. Or maybe that's when I upload it. I'm not sure, but yeah. I'm not sure when that's gonna get done. I might do it after this, or I might try to start working on the video game I'm gonna be talking about on Friday, so I can start getting some footage together for a first impression video or review, depending on if I beat it or not. And the other Let's Play I've still been working on, or started not too long ago, was the Secrets of Ashbury, which I started about 6 weeks ago now. And I'm not sure how long that one's gonna take either, to be honest. The game itself isn't particularly long, but there's gotta be a lot of grind work done. Thankfully, I can do that while I'm recording the movies for Bargain Bin Saturdays. I'm going to talk about them. So hopefully the amount of grinding time I have to spend where I'm not really working productively on anything else will be minimal. As for Bargain Bin Saturdays, the month of July is going to be Hallmark Entertainment Month. I have 4 movies that were put out by Hallmark, We have The Curse of King Tut's Tomb, which to be honest, I think is meant to be a Mummy ripoff. We have Blackbeard, who honestly, it sounds like it's probably a ripoff of Pirates of the Caribbean based on the picture setup and the text, you know. We also have Merlin's Apprentice, which uses the Harry Potter font, but I honestly think it's probably meant to be a knockoff of the Sorcerer's Apprentice or something. Maybe, I'm not sure. Then we have the Poseidon Adventure, which honestly sounds like it's probably going to be a knockoff of Titanic. I'm not sure if any of those movies are any good, but I guess I'll find out. As far as Bargain Bin Saturdays, this week's goes, we're going to be talking about Superman 2, only it's going to be the 2006 re-release that was recut based off of footage from, what was it, Richard Donner. Let me pull up the box because I didn't put it on my desk. Yeah, it's going to be the Richard Donner cut. I'm not sure how well that's going to go. They claim it's the version you have never seen, mostly because it pulls out a whole bunch of old footage that hadn't been used. Because when Richard Lessard took over Star Trek, he basically removed quite a bit of the footage, reshot quite a bit of the film, in order to replace Donner's name on the title as director. So got some politics going on and stuff. I guess you'll get to find out my opinion on that on Saturday. As far as anything more interesting going on, I've been thinking about starting vlogs for the Star Wars: The Clone Wars series, not the original series, but the 2008 series, because I have all 5 seasons and I haven't really watched like most of them. So this would be an excuse for me to watch them and actually talk about them. If I'll actually get anyone to respond back to my videos, I don't know. My biggest problem was getting around Disney, I guess. I really won't be able to use that much footage or images from the show, so I may actually have to ask my brother for his webcam so I actually can just shoot my face or something. Or I'd have to pull up images of like the characters and throw them on screen, switch them out as I talk about different aspects of the show or something. I'll figure that out when I get to it, because I still got a couple days before I have to worry about that. I'm not exactly sure what sort of schedule that's going to be on anyway. I don't really want to make it daily because that eats up time when I have to think and talk about stuff. Because reviewing stuff isn't exactly always quick and easy. You need time to like ruminate on your points and try to put them together in a meaningful way. And I'm not sure I always do a very good job at that, to be honest. And I'm not sure, and sort of like I'm not sure I'm doing a very good job on my Let's Plays. I'm not that great at commentating. I don't have many views on them, so people really aren't giving me pointers on what I am doing well and what I'm doing wrong. So more often than not, I'm not really sure where my faults are in that area. I guess I'm not that particularly funny at times, and I've been thinking I'd like to go back to Bargain Bin Saturday's original format with the DOS paintings, but it gets sort of time consuming to do that stuff. Especially when I got 4 Let's Plays going on, I keep trying to push myself to try and get at least one review out for a video game on Friday. I know I've got scheduled at some point a review I want to do for an RPG Maker game coming up in like a week. Which means I gotta keep pushing myself to keep busy. It's starting to maybe become a bit strain to try and do so many videos, running so many projects at the same time. I might honestly try to get very far ahead on Infinite Space tonight, because if I get a bunch of those parts done, I can then spend time tomorrow playing the game I want to talk about on Friday. That way, even if I can't beat it because it's meant to be like a RPG type thing, I can at least talk about it and have a couple hours of footage I can work with. Though using the footage from the Hop Hog tends to be a pain, because if I record too much stuff at once, it tends to air up on me in my editor, because I'll have gigabytes of footage in there. So I may have to record it in small segments of like 10-15 minutes a piece, then try and remember which stuff is where. It'll be fun. And I'm not exactly sure what I'll do for my next Let's Play series. I said I've been tossing around ideas, but some of those games would require me to go through hours and hours of grinding. It's like, do I really have time for that right now? I've been thinking about going back and doing the Pokemon trading card game on the Game Boy Color, actually, or was it? Yeah, I think it was the Color. Yeah, I think about going back and doing that game because I haven't talked about the Pokemon trading card game, and when I was doing TCGs and CCGs and ACGs, active card games, I never stopped to talk about my thoughts on Pokemon, really, and I don't know why. I mean, it's something I actually did play as a child, unlike, say, the Full Metal Alchemist trading card game, which I never really knew about until I stumbled across the DS game. I guess someone could suggest I should go play that as a Let's Play, but I don't really like the card game too much. I think it's way too technical. More so than I really like for a card game. I mean, I sort of like the My Little Pony card game mostly because it's very simplistic, to be honest. So if it got very complex, it might start to lose my interest. Well, may not lose it, but then again, it's hard. It's sort of funny having interest in it anyway, considering I don't really have anyone to play against. I've been thinking about bugging my brother actually to record a video of us using the starter decks I've got still set up, so we can have like a Princess Celestia versus Princess Luna match or something. Though I do have a new card box order and stuff and sleeves. Those sleeves for cards are very expensive. I found out. Like there's some cheap 100 packs you can get for like $1, but they get the good card sleeve protectors. It's like you got pop up like hand over like 350 or $4 or so for a pack, and they're like maybe 50 sleeves. It's like, like seriously, I gotta spend that much money just on card sleeves. Ugh. I also want to put together some decks because I've got quite a bit of Canterlot Knights at this point. I've got like 5 or 6 main character cards that are just floating around because the new Canterlot Knights series actually does have main character cards in it, which is sort of nice. And some of the main character cards you get will actually be the ones you can get in the starter decks. Because I actually did get a rarity, and she's in the Celestia starter deck. Though I don't know if I really care for the new rarity that much. She's still easy to flip, especially in comparison to, say, Applejack, who you have to have a character with like 5 power at the end of the turn to flip her. Or the new one, I mean. Or Fluttershy, whose cost to flip is 3 action tokens, which probably isn't bad, but you also can lower that cost by playing Critter Friends. So you basically want to build a deck with a lot of Critter Friends, but all the Critter Friends that basically exist currently are like yellow. There's only one that's a different color to my knowledge, and I think it's pink. And I still haven't found a Pinkie Pie and main character, at least not a new one. I've got the old one. The new one somehow has eluded me despite all the money I've invested into Canterlot Knights so far, which probably amounts to like better part of like 20 to 25 packs, I think. So, yeah, I've got quite a bit of money tied up into a card game I don't really have anyone to play against. Maybe I should bug one of my coworkers. They come over next Sunday and we can maybe get around to playing Halo a bit, and maybe we can pull out My Little Pony game. Yeah, that's it. I don't really have any other updates to talk about until the next update, I guess, or next video, which will be tomorrow. Until then, again, I'm not gonna talk in that video because I don't talk during the Lords of the Rings videos anymore because I don't really have anything to add. I don't know if it makes them better or worse, to be honest. Watching someone basically play a game for 30 minutes or watching someone barely talk about a game for 30 minutes. I'd like suggestions on that one too, if anyone's got any.